I have a question real quick. How can I start the stream when I am literally... Like, guys, how can I start the stream when I'm still in the stream? Like, this makes no sense. How can I not be offline here at this point? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Have two computers, yeah. Haha. Funny. Caster problems, yeah. Funny. You guys are very funny. So guys, you can then then organize me a second PC. I don't know. But yeah, we have this one coming up. I will take a small break. I'll be right back. I'll cast together with racehans though, not with Eri. I'm not sure why they didn't change the title. But it is whatever. So let's take a look how this will go. Oh wait, I can change the title. Never mind. Wait, can I? Can I change the title? Let me check. Because last time it didn't work. I cannot change the title. Oh, damn. Oh no, I cannot change the title. I cannot change it. Okay, but I'll be right back though. I'll be right back. What is going on, guys, and welcome back to yet another Trackmania Grand League step. We have step number 4 that is coming up today, Trackmania Grand League step number 4. I'm Luckers Turbo, your host for today, and I'll be joined in later by none other than Racehans. Yeah, I was seeing him, so a little bit of a lore, maybe some people don't know him. But I was watching his stream the other day, like 2 weeks ago. And also Ari announced that she was not there at some points. And then I thought, yo, his casting was so good because he was casting Cup of the Day. And I asked him, yo, you want to join me casting Cup of the Day? Cup of the Day, not Cup of the Day, but Trackmania Grand League. And he said yes. And I was like, yo, let's do that. That was the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And that is really great. So I'm looking very forward to seeing him casting together with me. Racehans featuring Luckers Turbo. In those matches today, I was not really that hyped because my voice is still hurting so bad. I mean, you have heard me casting today, the Gamers Assembly Final, and my throat is very sore still because that is the 4th event that I'm casting today. So I think that everything should work out, and I hope you're all doing great. I hope you are as hyped as much as I am. But to give you guys a rundown to Hans, he is the leader of the Trackmania United leaderboard. He's a very good player, and I know him since when do I know him? 2010? 2011? So some days, yeah? I know him for some days, and he is a very good player and also a great caster and a good personality, you know. We have really become friends over that time. Didn't really spend too much time together, but if we then talk to each other, it is always great. So looking forward to him. We're also gonna synergize very well together. I can tell you that the one or another pun will come. So Ari will join, I think, in 2 weeks time again. Maybe also Hans will. I'm not sure how this will go, but I think Hans is just a good pick. And let's just go ahead and see how this goes today, because that is just great, yeah? But that is the background story. He's also gonna introduce him. He will bring a lot of people with him, probably, because right now he's streaming Cup of the Day as one of the only ones, as he is doing a very good job. So good luck, of course, to him there and everyone else who's playing Cup of the Day at the moment. But let's go ahead and check out what actually has happened in the last couple of steps, because we have a new leader in the ranking. Of course, Ari is not here, but I don't want to have... let me actually do it like that. Wait a second. I was thinking to do it like that, but then there is Cam 2 standing, and this looks quite weird. So Ari is just there as or monumental that she is not here today. So Ari is there, but only as a screenshot, so let us just be her there. It doesn't matter too much, but it would just look a bit weird because all of my overlay would be a bit messed up with that. This is fine, and look at that, the ranking here. Granadi is leading the race, or the step in general, the whole thing here, the course of it. 510 points for him. Then Massa with a bullish step on 2nd place. Afi on 3rd. Then Aurel, Scrappy, Bren, Papu, Binks. So top 8. And then it's actually quite close between 6th place and also 9th position. Only 3 points is tearing them apart. And if you include P number 10, we have 7 points. Just for 5 positions, that is nothing. Then at P11, a bit lonely here, it is Pack ahead of Spam. I think Pack and Spam will have a good step today, because that map just suits them well. I also thought of maybe putting Granadi into that, but maybe he is not really... Yeah, of course he maybe wants to go into the lead, but let's go ahead and do that. Hey, Turbo, just checking if you have mods and stuff in the chat. Yeah, I have. Or like, I am mod here, so it's all good. So I think Javelin should be here. I hope so. That he will moderate the chat, but everything is fine. If I see someone, you know, I can just delete the message like that. Look, super quickly. Look, so that works out very good. But yeah, I'm gonna take care of that. Also, you know, I'm not alone in the casting booth, so I can also take a look into the chat and also just delete messages. So that is all good. And thank you, Sephiric, so much. We're gonna talk later, I think, at some point. And just see how everything goes. It is quite messy today, let's say like that. It's quite messy today, also with all the swapping around and stuff. But hey, we're gonna declare that in a second. And yeah, so this right now is the ranking. We have Germany leading, Granadi and Massa. I was thinking about Pomaggio for Parmesan of a second, but that is of course not the case for Gennady and Massa leading. Afi then on third, then Aurel and Scrappy behind. So also cool to see Scrappy in the top 5 after not the best step. But take a look onto Tween. Of course, he has played a different tournament today, the Gamers Assembly 2021 Halloween edition, and has gotten second place there, just behind Mr. Barbos, who was super great. So Tween also looking great. And let's take a look how this will go today. So this is the ranking, and let's take a look here onto the players, because those 16 players will of course fight it out. Nothing has changed in the roster, so it's all good in that regard. So nothing has changed there, as we have also here again the timetable for you. Step 4, Step 5, Step 6, 7, and 8 will come up, and they will be all at 8 p.m. CET every Sunday from now on. So 6 more steps if you include the final and also the things that a player has to play, because you will either play the head-to-head, the final chance, or the final, yeah, or even both, or all 3 of them even possible, yeah, because you can play the final chance, be in the bottom 2, play the final, and then also almost relegate into the Open Grand League. So you play at least one of those competitions afterwards. So 4 more steps, excluding this one, 5 more steps, including this one, and then we have, of course, the finals after that, because we are at step number 4. So that's how it goes. Then afterwards, of course, we also have the map preview. We have On the Edge, Pool Party, Vertigo, Poolside, Launchpad. We have already seen those maps in the Trackmania Grand League Challenger being played. I think this is by far the best map pack at the moment. On the Edge being a very good map. Then we have Pool Party, also super nice to play. Not that hard though, but of course players will push it there. Then Vertigo, also not too bad of a map. Very tricky though, but I think it is nice. Then Poolside on map number 4, and Launchpad, the new map, being on map number 5. Really good map. I really like it. And let's go ahead and, yeah, well, we can maybe talk a little bit about my predictions today, because I was already teasing it. But maybe you guys have, known that already, that I think that today Pack is gonna win. He needs to make something happen. Pack looked super strong. He has the most amount of points accumulated together with Gennady. I think 148 points. Yes, and those are also the core points, or like the total points from Pack, because he has not gotten himself a single multiplier thus far. No, 194 points, pardon me. There was still one more. I was still in step number 2 by the looks of it. No, 194 points. I was getting something wrong, but that is still very good from Pack here, but no multiplier thus far. So this is unfortunate for him, as he finds himself with that on P number 11. Carl Jr. also on P9, so who would have thought that Carl Jr. and Pack are outside the top 8? Of course, they're gonna get that, but eventually they need a good step. And I think Pack's chance is today, as well as Spam. You know, Spam, this map pack probably suits him also very well, because this map is quite tech heavy. And then also Massa, yeah, Mr. 305. Just a default bet. I'm gonna go for a different bet next week, trust me. But I think that those players will perform great today. Actually, I never bet on a French player like Binks Bren, Aurel Papou, or Gwen, or Worker. I thought to put Bren actually also in that top 5, or Papou, but I think that this is just how it goes today. I don't know. This would be cool to have that one. And yeah, well, that is just a very utopian prediction. Let's say it like that. It is just very utopian. And yeah, I hope that also Cup of the Day goes well for Hans right now. Not sure what map that is or anything. I have no clue. But hey, yeah. No clue how this is going. Also here, the information again about the whole season, how the season is going and how a step is working. We have 4 maps that will be played with 6 laps each. You see the points being heavily deducted from P8 to P9. Only a third of points that you get for the 9th position compared to P8. So 15 and 5 points. That is a huge cut, if you ask me. That is very, very much. Then, of course, 7th, 6th, and 5th position is not really getting too much out of that, but still points that he can decide it at the end. So that's very cool. So you really want to land in the top 8. So on those 4 maps, you just collect points. On map 5, you can multiply them. Yeah. So that will be the multiplier rounds where we have 8 rounds that will be played, 4 rounds times 2, the first 4 rounds, then 5th and 6th round times 3, and 7th round times 4, and the last round times 5 even. So times 5 points, that is a lot. Yeah, and we have seen Massa sniping him away. And actually, let's take a look onto the highlights from last week. Because we are in there.
Peut-être qu'il y a une pénalité
A
pour
lot.
qu'ils prennent à la fin, je suis pas sûr. Je pense que tu fais ce que tu veux, c'est stratégique. Là après, laisser le x2 à Grenady qui est juste derrière, c'est pas la meilleure des idées. Et Papou qui va prendre le x2.
Get yourself airtime and then the risky line. Gwen, Binks, and also Pack going for it. Pack with the respawn. Drifting too much, and this was not good. Pack down to P15 with that. So he loses a bit of speed, and Worka also with a good flip, but doesn't have the best amount of speed. Pack gets it a little bit better, and Pack is actually overtaken Worka there as well. Pack from P number 14 to P number 4. He could already close it out here, but of course there's still 2 more laps to go. Also here, very wide approach. Look at the speed from Pack, and now he will jump. Pack will jump as well as Scrappy. And that is a good line.
Yeah, no airtime through the triangle. Spam clips a little bit. Bren will get closer. Bren is making Spam have to work for this one. It's only a car length. Bren goes very tight, and he overtakes first place. Will Bren snipe it in the ending? Bren takes it away from Spam on the final straight.
My heartbeat would rise now tremendously, but Pack makes it. What time will that be? Is 7:43.8. That is the equivalent of 2nd world record.
So, einmal, die kann er doch eigentlich safe. Oh, er macht so safe. Oh, ist das schön.
So, letzte Röhre.
Ja, er macht's ganz safe. Schön.
Dreh dich, bitte. Mann.
Buh.
Es sieht wirklich so aus.
Oh nein.
Und Grenady ist getoucht, ist aber nicht so schlimm in dem Wasser hier. Was, Affi?
Affi hin.
Steckt ihr sich Grenady ein oder rückt ihr den If? Nein, er steckt sich ein. Jawohl, Mann.
Let's go. Mal 2.
For this final lap, one more time across the identity. Bren and Papou side by side, but Grenady has more speed, and he's going to close this gap down to just 1 car length before the last 3 drifts here. Bren's still in the lead. Who's going to get the most speed here? Grenady is closing in the gap, but Bren still has the lead. Will he hold it all the way across? Oh, he will.
It's super close, top 3, but
Scrappy reeling in Affi at the moment. It's gonna come down to the identity. Who's gonna get the ballsiest line? Ballsy line from Scrappy, carrying so much speed. Look at this, going into the lead before the second div. And look at this, he actually slides off. Affi with the chance to the line. It's gonna be Scrappy by 7 thousandths.
Die muss jetzt wirklich schnitzen. Na, hat er auch. Oh, maybe. Oh mein Gott, das wird ganz eng. Das wird eine ganz enge Nummer. Oh!
er ist so schlecht, ich muss gleich kotzen. Oh, ist mir schwindelig.
Oh mein Gott, jetzt outside, jetzt voll outside.
Ich kippe!
Let's go!
Oh mein Gott!
So, those were the highlights, guys. Those were the highlights. I hope that my voice will hold, of course. That's why I was not really that like that. But usually I don't have yeah, those issues with that, you know. I think there was Trilux and also Felix screaming a bit too much there. Yeah, so I hope that I have a good voice tomorrow. Yeah, as yeah, right now it is still the pre-match warm-up that is going into play, but let's actually go ahead and go into the game and spectate the players, because we still have 15 minutes left, but we can just take a canter and just wait for Hans until he is joining here. Yeah, let's say like that, until he is joining the party. Let's go ahead into the casting overlay here. Wait, where is it? There we go. And let's take a look onto how Pack is warming up on this map. Probably one of my favorite maps that we have in the Trackmania Grand League. Poolside. Really cool, really good map. And let's just follow Pack how he is warming up. Yeah, I hope you're all doing great on this Sunday. I just didn't sleep so much, so I'm probably gonna hit the hay again after this cast and do things after like just a nap of like 4 or 5 hours, because you know I didn't sleep a lot and was a long night. But I'm gonna tell the stories tomorrow in my stream. So you can also check out my stream, twitch.tv/LuckersTurbo. But of course, most of you are coming from that due to the raid, because I've raided the channel here. But let's take a look how this goes today. I'm hyped also to cast together with racehans. I think he could be a great addition to that. Also because he is as hyped as I am. So we will work together quite well by the looks of it. Yeah, so Kappa, also not the best steps thus far for him right now. Second to last position. 84 points for him. 56 points for Tween. Then we have Gwen on P14. And did they actually fix all of those things? Like on the side, let me check that real quick. -grand-league.com. We're gonna go into the ranking and onto the teams. Or watch. We have to go watch and then click on pack. Ah, it's still the team link. They still haven't fixed that. But hey, we're gonna wait and see how this goes. As we have pack warming up. I'm not sure why they haven't changed that though. It's like talking to a wall sometimes. But hey, it is what it is. This map very cool. A lot of different lines. Yeah. Let's actually see how's Cup of the Day going. It's actually top 5 at the moment. Interesting. And then we're gonna go live with the Trackmania Grand League. Yeah, top 5 it is. A lot of people are playing that today. And of course, I couldn't participate in the Cup of the Day due to my casting schedule and stuff. It's just very, very messy and busy today. I can tell you that. But hey, I hope you're all doing great, as I've already asking that. Better than me, who has not slept that much and not really hyping things up too much today. Maybe in the other rounds. But yeah, I'm just very tired due to a birthday party yesterday and then also some other things. But hey, it is what it is. Peg warming up. He was taking a very wide approach here, very risky, not touching the dirt there. So Peg on his way to warm up. Also here, deciding to slide there. We have seen Binks, no, not Binks, Mime not sliding on this one. Interesting line there also here in this uphill. But hey, it is what it is. What can we actually talk about? I mean, it's just the ranking. It's just that Pack is really in need of some points here, because he is at 186 points, 94 points, sorry, and with that only on place 11 and so many points behind Muda and Cole Jr. already. Look at that, almost 100 points, so he needs a really good step. But I think today is the time where he's gonna get a banger of a step. Yeah, today will be the time where he is making it. Yeah, because Pack is ready and this map pack suits him quite well. Let's be honest. Those are the maps that Pack is good on. Those are the maps that he can perform on. And the maps he is like very comfortable. Of course, the first map, probably a top 8 candidate for him. But also map number 2, Pole Party, was always a good map for Pack. Not in the multiplier. And then Vertigo, as well as Poolside that we're seeing right now. Those are the maps. Maybe Vertigo being the worst map for him. And then, of course, we have Launchpad. Yeah, the multiplier map today can work either way. I think every player might be fast on this one. And every player has a shot of making that. But still, I think that he is gonna make that today on that map on Launchpad. And maybe gets himself a ×3 or even ×4 multiplier. Well, of course, you should not go for a ×4. You should go for ×3 and then close it out by the looks of it. But hey, he's warming up right now. Every player is already on the server. And we're gonna start in 10 minutes. Let me grab some water real quick. And also one other thing is that, yeah, it's now really heating up because now you have to get those points, as I was mentioning, you know? We have 8 steps. This will be step number 4. Halftime is way on our way here. There is no player who is really having a lot of points. Like Granadi, 510 points, okay. But it's still very close. You know, Massa, Afi, and Aurel are just behind. You can really see it here, 30 plus points. That is, yeah, not too much, let's say like that. And then there's a gap, Scrappy a bit alone, but then Bren, Babu, Bings, Carl Jr. and Muda are like 7 points apart from each other. Like 5 players being 7 points apart. That is incredible. But hey, let's drink some water and wait for Hans. He should join very soon. He also has a tight schedule today. I know that. But hey, let's take a look when he will join the call. Just waiting for his go. Okay. I think Carl is gonna step up. 300 points for pack minimum today. I hope so, Simesi. I hope so. I really, really hope so. As he is really in need of that. Would of course be cool to see that, because now Hans is joining and we have to show Hans our boy Pack, yeah. And if he performs, that would be great. A great display of skill for him. But yeah, I think Cup of the Day is over now, as I have watched Race Hans stream for a second and then he was like top 4, and it should be like done now by the looks of it. So he should join any second. And let's just wait until he is joining. Maybe I can already call him or something like that. Let me actually do that. Let me already call him. Race Hans. I don't want to blow away your ears, so I'm just gonna lower Discord for a second and call him. So there we go. Let's call Hans and he will join the call. He has ended actually. So let's wait. I hope he can join and everything. And well, there we go. Hans with the raid. Let's go. Hello, hello. What is up, everyone? Lucky's Turbo here. I hope you guys are doing great. Thank you so much for the raid, Hans. And we are casting together. Race Hans and Turbo are casting today. And I'm just waiting for Hans to pick up and join the call. But I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all doing great, guys. As Hans was playing Cup of the Day beforehand. How did it go? I was just seeing that he wasn't in the final, but maybe he can tell us as well. Hello?
No one saw that.
Wait, what happened?
Yeah, it was top 3, and it was just basically a dirt map with like a lot of scenery, and yeah, the start is almost going completely straight, and I just drove into a plant. No one saw that coming. Okay.
No. Psst, nothing happened. You got first, Hans. You got first, Hans.
Yeah, I won today.
Sieger der Herzen.
Immer.
Immer. Okay, so Hans, I hope you can join the server. Do you know how to join?
I click on events, and then I click on TMGL fall, and then I click on step 4.
Yes.
And then I click on play, and then I click on the camera. And
yes.
Now I can join.
Yes.
Perfect.
You joined.
Yes.
Very good. Okay. Very, very nice. And let's put you up a bit because Hans is a bit quiet. Let's do that real quick. So now you should be better. Maybe you can talk a bit. Yeah.
Ja, hallo. Ich bin der Peter und
okay, nice meeting you. Nice meeting you. Okay. So,
alright.
So for everyone who does not know me, I'm Luckers Turbo from Germany, 24 years old. Already know Hans for a long time. I think already 10 years, something like that. And I'm casting. I'm the main caster in Trackmania, I would say. I'm casting for MnM Pack. So for the 4th season already, and you know, I was seeing Hans cast on that Cup of the Day, and I thought it's really good. And let's take a look how he will perform today, as he is not doing that well at the moment. He only has, only quote unquote, but below 200 points, but no multiplayer thus far.
Let me open real quick the standings, so I'm also up to date here.
Yep.
Yeah, Pack currently at 11th, 194 points. So he has a lot of catching up to do, I'd say. But nothing that he can't do. I mean, we're not even halfway through the season in total. And today is the 4th step. So, yeah, I'm very curious. I mean, Pack, obviously, powerhouse, known for many years already. Also, personally, great guy. And one of the best Trackmania players we have here in this game. So, very excited to see his performance today.
Yep. I'm also very interested in that. Of course, he's a tech player. He was a former tech player. But it is Pack, of course, who needs a good step. And let's take a look how he will perform as we have still a warm-up 5 minutes. And yeah, anything that you kind of not know about the Grand League, maybe we can talk about that, because have you followed it too much or not?
I couldn't follow last week because like Halloween preparations and everything, you know. Last week was Halloween, so I was not available at all. I watched the last few weeks a little bit, but like not, you know, more of like watching the results more than being brain attendant at the matches, kinda. So yeah, I know that Granadi got like insane multipliers as well. Like he is showing off big time here, 510 points, and yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised by. I wouldn't be surprised for any of these players that we will watch today. If they're gonna get first or second, you know, all of them are great Trackmania players. Still, I would say we have like more underdoggish players than some others. For example, I mean, Pack is one of the all-time greats, just like Carl
of the
Jr.
underdogs.
Yeah, one of the underdogs. But yeah, Pack, like Spam, we have Massa, we have Carl Jr. Obviously, we have Tween, Aurel. Like, these are all these names that we have on top
all
of
those
the
giants
leaderboards for many years. Yeah,
but right now,
on top there.
You speak of from the top of the leaderboard, and you're mentioning Tween and Carl Jr. I don't see them at the top. Tween is last, dead last, and Carl Jr. is on P number 9, Pack on P11, Spam on P12. That is not good. This is not good for them, as we actually will start very soon here. One more map switch and 3 minutes left. I have made a prediction today, because I think today, not only because you joined, I think that it will be Pack's step today. Because not only of the multiplier map, but I think Pack is gonna win today with more than... Yeah, I think he's gonna go for a ×3 multiplier, get himself juicy 280, 290 points. Okay, that would maybe a bit too much. Then he goes for a ×4 multiplier, gets himself a lot of points. But I think today it's Pack, his first multiplier.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see that as well. I mean, I know Pack for his usually insane performances, so I hope that he can step it up specifically today. I'm very excited about that. I wouldn't also be surprised if we see Granadi again performing very well. I think he's also training a lot, so he's also super hyped.
Yeah.
And I'm very curious to see what he can do. And yeah, all the other players as well in the rankings. I mean, Afi is also doing super well, just like Massa. Also hyped about Scrappy and Aurel. And yeah, it's getting really exciting today, I think.
Yeah, getting really exciting. Also, a very directing step number 4, marking the halftime, because we have 8 steps, and right now, look at that, 10th place to 6th place, 7 points between them. That is nothing.
Yeah.
That is nothing.
Insane.
And of course, if one of them gets a good step, up to P1. If Granadi, Massa, Afi, and Aurel not getting themselves good multipliers. And the same goes for Pack. If he gets a good step, he could go up to P3 or P4 or something like that. So, incredible. Okay, maybe not like that, but of course the others then have to score less points, but things like that are possible with this format. And of course, with a good step like a 300 plus points step or even 200 points, this would work out really well for a player, that he can get himself into the top 8, and with that also into the playoff spot, because the top 8 are fighting it out in the Trackmania Grand League playoffs. So not the World Cup, but also the players qualified to the World Cup that are in the top 8 already.
Yeah. So yeah, let's see if... I'm sure we will see many more switches in the positions as well in the total standings regarding that, just as you just said. The positions are still super close, specifically between 6th and 10th. So, yeah, it's gonna get really spicy today, I hope. And also the next steps to see who's really getting the edge over the other players, who prepared maybe better, who feels more fit than the others, you know, who likes the maps even more. And yeah, that's all coming down to this. So... very
down
hyped
to the wire. And to the last map, of course, which is a launch pad. You have also casted a Trackmania Grand League Challenger for Soldier, right? And you could have seen how unforgiving this last map is. And also Soldier not having the best step, only 20 points for him, yeah? And, you know, everything can happen, but also maybe you've seen Mime's incident on that 4th map. He was...
the last turn?
Yes, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, I saw that. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But yeah, very interesting, and now I'm so hyped to see even higher quality of gameplay here as we go on the first round. Kai, take it away, please.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with the map presentation because we have 1 minute 30 of warm-up. Yeah, we have On the Edge here by Poupette. Yeah, we're seeing this map for the second time already today. A very technical map with a lot of shenanigans, I would say, gear shenanigans, and also a pretty cool identity because, I mean, maybe Hans, you also know, when you play freewheeled, your car is just rolling and it behaves quite differently. So you kind of have to predict a turn, and also here on this identity you have to drift. You have to drift in order to get yourself the angle across, not hitting the outside, and also not clipping a hole, because then you either have to respawn or lose a lot of speed.
Yes, what I find specifically interesting regarding the freewheeling part is that usually when you have a precision part on a map, you can release to adjust your line, but since it's freewheel, you can't just release to slow down.
Exactly.
And that is like the super tricky part of it. The only thing you can do, we saw the players doing that, is like brake tabbing to adjust their line, but it's still not as accurate as if you could just release. That's what makes it so difficult.
Yeah, it makes it really difficult because usually you don't have that. You have the reflex of just releasing the acceleration. Let me actually enable here the dashboard overlay that you can also see how Pac's inputs are. I think this could come in quite handy actually, as the banner is obscuring, so I'm just gonna move it here to the left. That is perfect. So good luck to the players. Race is starting. We have On the Edge. The goal, of course, is here to be in the top 8 because there you just get the most amount of points. And for everyone who doesn't know, we are following mainly Pac's POV, but also Pac is a very interesting player to watch because he usually finds himself in a very good spot. And also here, outside approach to gear up into that 5th gear. You hear it now. So Pac is doing it very good, also getting a lot of speed out of that. So Pac into that mix, so it was not a bad start for him. Of course, Carl Jr., Afi, Massa, and Binks have gotten it really good. Pac going for a very wide line there and gets it quite well, but not quite in that battle for first place, as we have Massa, Scrappy, and Carl Jr. marking the top 3, but Pac with a beautiful nosedive there, getting so much speed out of that. Also not drifting here. Good approach. Gwen leading though, and also Gwen a player who's really in need of a good step here. So Pac, P number 3 at the moment. Good first part of the track here for Pac.
Yeah, definitely. We also saw a few mistakes here from the first players. We saw Muda and Papu dropping down a little bit, but they're still not too far behind. I mean, only 1 second, but now we're coming up to the identity, the most crucial part. Scrappy losing a little bit of speed. Afi and Pac finding themselves at first, at second, but now is anyone clipping with the wheels here? We saw one small clip there from another player. I didn't really see who it was, but the top players still stay the same here. Pac leading the pack actually in front of Afi, Massa, and Gwen. You can just see how close that battle is for second place here. Also Bren right behind them, just waiting for a way to attack here. And now into that U-turn, you want to get a lot of speed out of that pack with a really clean line here. But so did Gwen and Massa. So the top 8 is still really, really close to each other. You can just see that only, like, Spam is 8, like half a second, 0.7 behind first. So everything can happen here into that second lap. We're driving through a tech section, just pretty flowy onto the reactor booster. Now up the dirt hill into the long right-hander where you want to keep your upper gear. No slide into no jump here down the transition. Pac losing some ground here to Massa as we approach the identity for the second time.
Yeah, good speed from Pac. He also accumulated neck and neck, 5,000 of a second. No mistake, Pac going so close there over that hole. I think that was almost there to clip it, 1 pixel away. Gwen with a good amount of speed coming into the battle. Look at that top 3 fight here. Massa, Pac, and Gwen on par of each other. Pac again with a more wider approach, has a bit more speed and he will gear up. But also Massa is doing it not that well. He loses the gear and he gears up, but in the wrong moment. And there you can see how you want to make it. Yeah, Pac is getting that really well, but look at Gwen and also Massa excelling himself up there into that battle for top 2 again. Gwen almost clipping there, but still alive. Pac with a wonky line over that dirt section, but still is able to survive. Now the tech part where Pac and also Massa in particular should be good on, but just when I say that, it is Pac making a small mistake. Still in the top 8 though. Spam overtaking him as well as Afi, Aurel, and Bren. But of course now Pac cannot rely one of those mistakes again, and he has to survive the identity, of course, as the players are closing in. Granadi right now out of the top 9, but a bit of a gap. And let's go into the next identity here, Hans. Let's take a look if Pack will survive it. Good approach here.
Yeah, we see like, oh, we saw a clip here from Aurel. Aurel actually dropping down a lot here by clipping his wheels and going to last place even just by clipping his wheel. So big mistake here for Aurel. Even though it was just like a minor clip, you can just see how much impact that has in the total standings. And Pack in 4th place, around 1 second behind Massa and Gwen, who are fighting it out for 1st place. Afi at 3rd, but Pack creeping closer here to Afi, getting a decent turn, but Afi did as well. Right behind him is Spam, so Spam also waiting together with Brand. Dude, it's so freaking close. Also Kappa right behind and Granadi as well, so the player are not giving an inch here to anyone else. But Pack with a good line here through the tech section. Obviously his mastery skill, the highest there, because he is one of the best tech players in the world here, overtaking Afi here, but got quite a bad, like a worse exit from the dirt part compared to Afi, who was, especially before Afi got into the Grand League, he was a really damn good and still is a dirt player. And we saw the different approaches here from Pack. Wide line, overspeed line, Afi with the speed adjust with the small brake tap. And so Pack now up to 3rd place, overtaking Afi, who fell down to 5th because Bran was able to overtake him here.
Yeah, and also Pack with a very fast lap, 109.70, going into that 2nd to last lap. So Pack also on that 3rd position. Mime has gotten himself 3rd place here as well, so history is repeating itself. You know, I'm guessing for the bronze medalist here all the time. But Massa and Gwen are on a great pace. Good to see Gwen back on track though, because he's also struggling severely and didn't really get himself good performances. I think he has won one map thus far, so not really that good from the Game Ward player, but right now he's looking very strong of making something happen. Pack is not so far away though. He is on 3rd position and is coming a bit closer here, 0.6 of a second. He was 0.7 behind beforehand, so with some small blunders here from either Master or Gwen or even both players, Pack can definitely make something happen. As we have Bren behind, then Afi, Granadi, Spam and Scrappy. Bings 0.2 away from Scrappy, so Scrappy in this top 8, and it is Pack surviving yet another identity and a great lap again. Bren also getting so much speed, and Pack again with a 109.
Lap, man. Oh god, he's
what a great
really
time.
Pushing it. He is really pushing it, and now we're also into the last lap of this map here. But now again lost, I feel like he lost a little bit of ground here to the others again. 0.75 behind Massa and Gwen, but let's see if he can get an insane tech section here. Not the best exit speed out of the turn. It's more like Massa creeping closer here to Gwen, it feels like. They're still like 0.10 apart from each other now. Pack keeping the same distance. So I don't know if Pack is even trying to go for an attack here, because once catching up 1 second is not really possible anymore if the front isn't, if the other 2 players are not making a mistake anymore. So I think he would just go for the safe 3rd place here, which is still a lot of points that he can get.
Exactly, and also it is important for you to be in the top 8, because the cut-off points is 15 for 8th and 5 points for 9th. So Pack will be happy with 20 points, 22 for 2nd place and 25 for Gwen, but also 2 points for the fastest lap. And it looks like Pack will get it unless someone is sniping it, but Pack with the 3rd position here.
Oh
very nice.
No!
Very nice for Pack.
I just spectated Spam, Scrappy and Papu here. Because Scrappy was out of the top 8, but then we saw a clip. I think it was Papu who clipped in the last left-hander, and Scrappy was able to get into the top 8. And very important 10 points here for him. Very close match here.
Damn, and also Papu getting the fastest lap, a 7-minute time by Gwen is very fast. That is the equivalent of Scrappy's PB, which is 6th world record. So good time here as well from Gwen. So great to see him training actually, and Gwen leading. Massa on 2nd, Pack on 3rd, not being tied because Papu has sniped that fastest lap. And now we have the next map. We have Pole Party by Histo.
Oh yeah.
The longest map, and also you could call this map Gear 4, right?
Yeah, basically. I mean, the sections that we have here are just basically pure precision, which can be specifically difficult if you are a very nervous player, for example, because just the slightest miss of the line here in between the poles, especially in the last section there, the last pole section that we have, mistakes can happen so fast by just missing your input by a tenth of a second or something. So I'm very curious to see how well prepared these players are and how they're feeling on this.
Yeah, I mean, we are seeing this map for the 4th time already. It was one of the multiplayer maps, so they should know it when you wake them up at 3 AM and they just have the in their memory. You know, it was particularly a good map for Pack. I think he has gotten himself almost world record in that previous step, and also a top 3 performance on step number 2, if I was recalling it correctly. So Pack is not bad on this one, and I hope that he can continue with his step, because top 3 is a good performance here to start it all off with. And yeah, I hope that he can make it, as Afi also looks strong here in the warm-up. But of course, we still have 20 seconds left, and now we have the identity that comes up. It is not that hard, because you usually have the same approach on the same amount of speed. It's just the muscle memory that needs to nail, and if you don't make it, it's bad. Of course.
As soon as you clip, since it's freewheel as well, you're basically doomed and have to respawn. So that is definitely something to take in consideration here. But nonetheless, we will go live here into the first round. Please take it away.
Okay, I take it away, but I not take you away. Okay, I just stop with the dad jokes. I had a lot of dad jokes yesterday, but
oh god! And Pack with Soldier did the exact same thing.
Yeah,
on this map. Oh my god, Caster's curse today.
Yeah, I think Pack heard my bad joke here. So Pack is down, and let's actually, I mean, he's 10 seconds behind. So let's focus on the fight here for the first place then, because it's also a bit disrespectful to just spectate him, as we have Afi leading, Bren, then we also have Binks with a good performance, and also Gwen in the mix, Massa also doing it super nicely, but there's only one player who's fallen behind, and that is Pack, who is 10 seconds behind, so not getting the gear there, not clearing the jump. This can happen, of course, if you steer in the wrong moment, and then just get yourself a gear change bug. But, I mean, Pack can still maybe get himself the fastest lap. So let's just go ahead and spectate the others here for those big boy points.
Definitely, and we see Spam, right as you say that, Spam clipping and falling down from this Pack. I mean, he didn't lose too much time, like half a second, but still now finding himself at last place from this Pack. And let's see here the second identity here. Can everyone get through it? So far, so good. No respawns, no clip. Yes, Papu clipped.
Yeah,
Papu with the respawn here. And but the rest of the Pack, almost everyone made it through, which is like really insane. Very difficult map to pull off, especially consistent. But yeah, we still have 5 more of those identities to see here. Afi, so it's really strong right now at first place, followed by a close Pack here. Bren, Binks, and Scrappy battling out for second place. Gwen also up in the mix here as we approach the first pole identity here. Which is definitely way easier than the second one, in my opinion. So we shouldn't see too many mistakes here, because it's not too difficult. But yeah, it's still super, super close here up in front.
Yeah, it's very close, and also Afi, who has gotten himself a good step, also thanks to this map, I suppose, where he has gotten himself a top 3 placement. Now on that battle for that first position yet again, because no one is there to contest him. He's 0.4 ahead, and he's looking very strong. So Afi, of course, has also gotten himself a multiplier here, if I was recalling it correctly, in the first step, where we have seen that map after not getting himself ×2 twice, and then in the third round where he was first, getting himself that. Into the third lap we go, and we have Afi leading, but Binks also getting a good trajectory here into the second place, and is actually coming a bit closer here. 0.2 of a second between Afi and Binks. Massa falling a bit behind, Kappa, also Gwen and Scrappy, and look at that fight here for that 5th place and for that 3rd place, Hans. That is incredible. Very, very nice fight. And also Granadis in the top 8 yet again. Muda a bit behind. Then we have Tween, Spam 1 second behind the 8th position. And then there's Scrappy also again lurking his way up here, and maybe go elevate himself up into that into the 30-point region, because Scrappy actually didn't have the best first step, but now he is back on track after knowing that he can also get prize money when being Orcless.
Yeah, definitely. And also, if we now take a look at the standings, we see that actually quite a few players here dropped down quite significantly. We have Aurel 3 seconds behind, Carl Jr. 6 seconds, Worker almost 7, and Pack 8 seconds, and Papu dead last at almost 20 seconds behind. So yeah, a lot of mistakes still happening. Nonetheless, the front is looking super solid. Like, it's impossible to call because Binks is giving Afi a run for his money, actually overtaking him first place here. Also has the fastest lap right now. Gwen and Bren Massa right behind them as well on their tail. 0.2 of a gap down to Granadi. Pack also up there. And I mean, Muda and Scrappy are battling it out for this 8th position here. I mean, it's a 10-point difference, so you really want to try to gain that 8th position or better here, because that might do a lot of make a lot of difference regarding your total position here as we approach that Binks crashing and has to respawn in the first identity. That is disastrous here for Binks, dropping down to 12th place, and it's all up for grabs here for Afi, who is closely followed by Bren here. What do you say to that guy? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Binks was actually doing, as you were saying, it was Afi who really has to fight for his first place. He got an insane identity, but now Binks making that mistake on the rather easy part of the track. And now Afi and Gwen hand in hand together in the lead. Also, they have promoted into the Trackmania Grand League in Season 3, if you were remembering it there. Or was it Season 2? Was Season 2, right? From Season 2 to Season 3, or from Season 1 to Season 2, something like that. But of course, they have promoted. Yeah, it was that. It was still in 2020, yeah. In the game, it was Season 2 where they have joined, so they are already veterans, you can say like that. Gwen and Afi looking very strong, well-established players, and also Gwen looks strong to maybe win the 2nd map in a row. The Game Ward player is doing a great job today of surviving. Then of course we have Pack, who set the fastest lap. He is not too far behind Carl Jr. and Worker, but of course P15 is also getting 1 point, but maybe Carl Jr. Actually, Binks. Wow, what?
Binks, yeah, it was Binks.
Binks completely falling apart, so Pack with that. Going up 1 point, which could be good. Also for the multiplayer, every point matters, so 4 points for Pack is not too shabby. Let's say like that, a solace for the crash at the start. But look at the fight here, Hans. Gwen versus Afi for that first position. It is Afi having a bit more speed than Gwen. Then we have Massa behind, as well as Granadi. So I think Granadi might be a good point of view here to spectate for the last lap.
Definitely. Like, I mean, Massa still quite a little bit of a gap here up to Afi and Gwen. They're really pushing each other here to the limit, trying to snipe that first position. Gwen with more overspeed through the last drift here. Both making it through the identity part here. Gwen with the overspeed, with the upper hand here. So no player with the fastest lap right now. No new fastest lap, rather. So Gwen going into the last lap with a 0.2 advantage over Afi. Afi getting a little bit closer though onto the dirt section. Now the right-hander jump up on the grass platform. Both of them looking very, very solid. Massa just waiting for them to make a mistake here. But Massa has to be careful himself because Granadi is catching up to him big time. Let's see who's getting more exit speed. Massa getting more exit speed through the identity. Afi and Gwen still basically right into each other. They're giving themselves no time to breathe here. So let's see who's getting the better exit through the dirt part. Basically similar exit through the dirt part.
Yep.
Oh my god, what's going on here, Kai? I don't know what to say anymore.
Yeah, it's a great race here between them. Pole party world record is a 7:43.39 by Papu, who is not in the top 8 here. But let's take a look in this last identity. Afi versus Gwen. Who's gonna get it the best? Afi not with the best amount of speed here compared towards Gwen. And also good apex here from Gwen. Getting it super clean and also a lot of speed here. So Gwen on his way to win the 2nd map in a row. Had to release though. Afi is not overtaking him. Wait, he sniped him! How was that not? No way! I thought it wasn't enough.
He sniped him because he turned to the right on the finish line and Gwen went straight diagonal. So he's basically the front of his tire just hitting the finish line earlier by 0.004 of a second. What a goddamn round. Even Massa and Granadi only 0.6 behind. Super close round. What a level we're spectating here, man.
Yeah, 7:44. Yeah, that is. Yeah, so like 5th world record, something like that. So Gwen not getting
Oh
himself
my
that second victory, but still second place for the Game Ward player, for the Wonder Child. And good rounds between the players. Too bad that Pack has made an early mistake. He has gotten himself that fastest lap. And with that, 2 points. And I think he was also on P number 14. But let's actually go to... Yeah, the game mode, I think you don't know what that is. This is the Clash mode, so now Twitch chat can control the car. I hope it's working this time. Yeah, but the rules will pop up in a second. Plus, plus, minus, minus, left, left, and right, right to control the car. Respawn is only possible for moderators. I hope that it works, because last time it didn't.
We'll see.
Yeah, I hope it works. So you guys can...
my first time.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They're all good. I mean, everyone can participate in that. And let's see if the
guys.
car works or not.
You got this, guys. We have faith in you. It's also my first time watching this live. I saw clips of it and stuff. But yeah, now live experience here. Come on, quit Twitch chat. We can win this for Pack.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm not sure if this will work out or not. Because last time it didn't. But I hope they fixed it.
Let's see here. Pack is driving.
Yeah, but can they drive to the left or to the right?
Okay.
Yeah, look, the inputs are not loading from the chat, as you see. So Pack is just going press forward. Yeah,
that is sad.
That is sad.
That is sad.
Okay, I'm gonna grab myself something to drink. I'll be right back.
Yes.
It doesn't work.
I'd like to... I mean, I can do the casting here for Pack. But yeah, PF is not working. It's working for Muda, it's working for Massa as well. Gwen had to respawn here.
Cool, yeah, very nice.
For Worker.
Very, very nice here. What a race!
Oh, it's also working for Afi and for Scrappy. He's also only doing PF right now.
Yeah.
So basically we only have 5 players who are who are basically fighting it out here.
Yeah. So who's fighting out? Massa, Muda, Gwen, Granadi, and Kappa. Wait, Kappa just respawned.
But it's still very... I'm not sure what's happening.
So let's see if...
Worker! Oh no, Granadi first.
Wait, someone called Junior Overworld.
Yeah.
Also Afi.
Afi. Tween also overwalled. Sag.
So
Granadi at first here.
Okay, let's follow Granadi here and check what the Twitch chat is doing from Röda and Fibu.
And I'll go with Worker here because he's at second right now, also on the straight.
He's working for his second place. So Granadi and Worker.
I see what you did there.
Granadi and Worker actually played against each other in the relegation match for the Trackmania Grand League, and Worker has actually beaten Granadi.
Oh,
little fun fact here. And now Granadi's also in the Trackmania Grand League due to Riolu, of course, not being part of the Trackmania Grand League anymore. And we have to look at Worker catching up, though, to Granadi.
Yeah.
It was a lot of speed, and also Granadi going into the wall there, but of course the car is limited to 50 kilometers per hour.
Yep.
And Granadi...
Can't go any faster.
Yeah. So also...
Granadi... Yeah, but he's almost having the first lap done here. Even the Worker has a really good line.
Ah, Moncastier. Oh, Worker has
with the wall right. With the wall right here. I see you, Worker.
Worker is gaming. Actually going for a flowy jump there as well.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? That is so good. Like, he's actually driving good.
Look at this. Yeah, he's popping off here. Let's see if he can avoid the overwall.
No.
Yeah!
Granadi now in second lap. Getting overtaken by Kappa even.
Oh yeah, Kappa also gaming here. Carl Jr. going backwards. So spam ahead of Carl there.
Let's see how Pack is doing here.
Where is Pack? I mean, he could only do PF, right? So
yeah.
Pretty sad, yeah.
Looking great, right? That's Cat Jam here.
We're ahead of Bren.
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore.
Nothing is happening though. So okay, Worker still struggling, and again overwalling. What a clown fiesta that is. Let's actually go into the follow all camera.
Yeah,
look, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cars are playing, as well as Aurel and Bren, and the others are just standing in the same corner there.
I have to admit though, the first 2 corners, like the left, right on the dirt, looks pretty difficult to pull off. Not gonna lie, but
yeah, look where Afi is.
like, where's he going? He's going to get a Döner, man.
Yeah, he wants to get a kebab here, a Döner.
Yeah. Workers chat winch. Chat wins clash time.
Wow.
Yeah, what a tongue twister.
Yeah, workers chat wins clash time.
Do we have that after every round?
No.
After every map?
No, we only have it in the between map 2 and 3. And now we have map number 3, which is Vertigo. A map that I certainly not like that much. But hey, it is played today as map number 3. And let's take a look who will actually win it. Because, you know, on this map, I think Pack didn't play that well on, especially in the first time we have seen that one. Didn't get himself a multiplier. He was not slow, but he was missing out on some sort of extra spice, let's say it like that. And right now, I mean, it's not looking too bad for Pack. He has 24 points. And we have him being behind Scrappy, Bren, Granadi, then Afi, Massa, and Gwen. So Gwen with 47 points. Finally a good step for Gwen.
Yeah. Definitely. We saw, I mean, the top positions are still very close, so no idea what's happening. I mean, Bings, Aurel, Worker, also Muda, Carl Jr., Papu, specifically these players are finding themselves quite at a disadvantage here. 7 points for Papu at 11th. But, I mean, we don't know what will happen on this map specifically, so if you can pull off good stuff here, you will definitely get a good position and gain yourself valuable points. Pack, yeah, 7th place, 24 points is not too bad, so it's still everything is open for him here. So I'm very curious on how consistent everyone is, because yeah, specifically the last pipe is a run killer, and yeah, I'm very hyped. And very looking forward to see this right now.
Especially with the reactor boost attached, this last pipe is very hard. I was talking to Anix about that, and of course what you want to avoid is not gripping. You know, you want to have full control on all of those pipes. It's really vital to have that, especially on that first mid part of that, where you have this long, like this 180 left turn. But let's go ahead here into the first lap. Let's follow Pack here for the first one. Let's actually go into the follow all camera, because this might be cool to see who makes that first arrow, as it is Papu being behind. Then Muda with a very wide approach, almost clipping there, but is still in the mix. Binks again with a great start here into the race. Scrappy is a bit behind. Everyone's surviving though, but we're gonna go into the first pipe section, and I guarantee you guys that a mistake will happen there. That is inevitable that this is happening. Massa, pulling a Massa.
Yeah, we saw Massa on the straight pipe actually.
Worker as
someone
well.
else falling down. Yeah. Oh my god, what's happening?
Oh my god.
Another one. and people are respawning left and right here. What is happening? Only that we have 12 players making it. 4 players actually having to respawn here. So let's follow Tween here, because he is last of the pack right now, to see if someone else is falling off. So far, so good. Now the crucial pipe here. Do we see anyone flying off? I think almost everyone made it here.
Everyone made it, yeah.
Yeah, insane. Very good stuff here from the players.
Yeah, I mean, four people have died there in this first... before even the identity. You could just insert clown music here.
Definitely.
Maybe you remember one of the maps in the in the second season.
With the reactor boost jump balancing thing?
Yeah, and the no steer and stuff.
Yeah, I remember the clip. I saw that one,
from Tim, from Spam, right?
Yeah, from Mr. Tim himself.
Yeah, right now in 12th position, so not too far behind, and also not the worst step, 19 points. But of course, he wants to get a good amount of speed. One player has fallen down, but let's focus on Pack here, because Pack has also survived not getting the best amount of speed though, and Pack on his way to the next identity. We have still 2 more crucial parts to do before we're gonna go to that one. That was the first one, and now this balance part, as Aurel has made a small blunder there by the looks of it. Also Scrappy, what was that risky line from Scrappy? Have you seen that?
Yeah, insane part here. He's really pushing it, but it's hard to find the balance between pushing and saving here because everything feels so risky in this last pipe. But he managed to survive, and Gwen actually already with a 1 second lead here over Afi, who's in second. These two players right now pushing it to the limits. Also, the two best players we've seen so far almost come together with Massa. But Massa right now at last place, 20 seconds behind. So Gwen and Afi really off to a strong start in the first maps here of the fourth step. Gwen even extending his lead here. He's doing really well. Pack also at 5, still in the mix, battling it out with Aurel here. Bran also inside, and Granadi as well. Now the identity, the first part of the identity, small release maybe. Ooh, almost slided off here, Mr. Pack, but still survived it. Now let's see the crucial part here. Keeping your grip, not a side landing. Everyone making it.
Wow.
Look at this Pack here. Like, we have Scrappy, Muda, Aurel, and Pack battling it out here.
Yeah, great fight indeed. And I mean, I want to emphasize here Gwen's performance. He is 1 second ahead of second and 2 whopping seconds ahead of Afi. Bren, I mean, but also Pack almost with a mistake there. He has clipped, and I thought that he would die there, but that wasn't the case. So now it's actually important for Pack to get himself that top 8 placement, and right now it's not looking too good because the Solary player called Junior, who has only gotten himself 7 points thus far, is ahead of him. But Pack with a good identity, a part here, and it is Scrappy pulling a Scrappy, being dead, and he is down. So Pack up to P number 7, also overtaking Spam here, and Gwen also made a mistake.
Oh yeah,
Gwen down, but still only P9 for him because Spam has also made a mistake, but Gwen again with a mistake. No, Gwen is completely losing it. And also Afi down to P number 3. What is happening? So many position changes here, and it is Pack who is not having a battle here. He's 3.5 seconds behind, and we have 2 more laps to go here, Hans.
Yeah, this is super insane. I mean, you can just see how quickly it can go for these players. Like, risking a little bit too much, maybe being slightly off the line, losing it, respawning. Like, especially on this map, you're losing so much time. The respawns are super, super far away if you lose it at the pipes specifically here. Yeah. And Pack is fighting for the 7th place right now. So he shouldn't be feel too confident though, because Spam is creeping in his shadow. So if he's falling down, that will be a big-ass respawn. Also, Pack not with the best meter through the freewheeling section. It's hard to tell, but Spam also looks pretty slow, actually. So, let's see here. The identity, again. Bren finding himself 1.5 seconds ahead of Granadi. But do we see some people having to respawn here? I don't think so. No, everyone made it. Carl, actually, going up to 5th place right now. Battling it out for 4th. Also with Avi and Aurel here. So, the Solary player, we have not seen that much of him today, but also now fighting potentially maybe even a spot for the podium as we are into the last round right now.
Yeah, last round is coming up. Carl Jr. with a great comeback. He was on place number 9 or something, place number 10, on par with Pack, and now Pack is on P8. And Carl Jr. on P5, but still you want to just be in that top 8 position. We have 1 more lap to go, and let's take a look who's gonna get that. It is Pack again with a rather conservative approach here, not really getting the speed. Also the grip here wasn't really that well, so Spam is coming a bit closer by the looks of it, and really important to get as much speed as possible because the freewheel is just coming after that and you're not releasing. But let's follow Pack here, the last identity, Hans. Take it over, let's see how Pack is doing that.
Oh my god, let's see if we can see any mistakes from other players, maybe for Pack to capitalize on it. But Pack so far steadily on that 8th position, not losing grip, working with a bad line here, but it is not enough for Pack to get closer here. But he's securing himself the 15 points, and as you can see, Papu, Spam dropped down. Papu actually overtaking Spam, but there you can see the points difference, 15 down to 5 points here. So that was really, really important here for Pack to secure him that 8th position here.
Yeah, important for him, and I think Spam was risking it at this point, maybe going for a very, very risky identity with some reactor boost shenanigans. I don't know, but it is Bren winning it. Very cool to see that. Would have been one of my bets as well. So Bren with a good step as well. Gwen, however, only with 3 points. He looked so dominant, and I wanted to say that he could maybe redeem himself as one of the best players out there, but he has made a mistake. That sounded very weird, not German how I pronounced that. But let's go to the
worry
next
about
map. We have Poolside, my favorite map, actually.
It is your favorite map?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, very tricky map, specifically the ending. First water part, I think, is doable quite comfortably, but then later we have like all the different lines that we see, like the no sliding or sliding into no slide. Last turns where we saw my heartbreakingly face palming, for example, as well. So I'm very curious to see here what the players will come up with.
Yeah, I'm also curious to see that. Different lines also for the entry into the identity. Yeah, where you can go for the water bounce or stuff like that. But of course, there is still warm-up here before we're gonna go live. Let's take a look into the ranking. Afi is leading, 62 points. Bren, 61, and then 59 points for Granadi. Again, a very good step here for the German player, as well as Gwen, who unfortunately has gotten himself a non-top 8 finish. Else he would have been up to 72 points, if not even more. If he got the fastest lap, but he has made that mistake. But of course, this map here is very tricky. You have a lot of different lines back very outside there, gathering a lot of speed for that water bounce that he's not going for now. Okay, different line from Pack now, jumps into the slide. Of course, the car behaves differently with watery tires. You could also see Pack sliding out there because he was too fast. But good luck to the players. Let's go ahead into the first round here after the warm-up has ended. Massa also had a risky line. Maybe he's gonna do that in this one, because you can go for the safe. You can go for the left booster, actually. It is possible, yeah, that you go from the multi-lap to the booster. It is possible, but of course it's super risky and only saves 0.1 of a second.
Yeah, I don't think we will see many players here, except if maybe someone is far behind and trying to go for the fastest lap, maybe. Maybe that is worth, as we saw Massa on the last map, sniping the fastest lap as well, even though he was a 14th place in total, I think. So gaining those 2 valuable points here if you're too far behind. As we start into the first round of this next map here, as we can already see like the different approaches here from the players over the grass right-hander here. Very interesting to see. I don't know which one is the fast one so far. I would generally say the inside line is a little bit faster, but only like 0.05 or 0.10 maximum. It also depends on how you get the exit and stuff, so really doesn't make that much of a difference. Jump into the left-hander dirt. Now the transition. Nothing too crazy happening here generally. Very smooth section. I really enjoy that, specifically this section here of the map. But now the water part, the identity Pack again with the outside line, trying to gather a lot of speed for this. Do we see any water bounces? Not that I've seen one. We see though some of the players going for the no slide strategy, and the others going for the drift cancel strat.
Yeah, we see so many different lines here. Also for the identity, left pull, right pull, jumping, not jumping, sliding. It's so great. And also there was a mistake. I think that was Gwen by the looks of it. No, Afi actually, and
Afi,
also
it was Afi,
Granadi.
yeah.
Granadi also has made a mistake, so they are behind and will not fight out. And that's actually good for a player like Pack, but also for a player like Gwen. So, you know, we have 61, 62, and 59 points down at the bottom. Of course, they're not losing points, but this could mean that Pack can get himself a good multiplier and maybe even win that step. Of course, it is very important to just multiply your points by ×3 or even a good step ×2. That is important, but right now Pack is looking strong. 3rd position right now. Into the 2nd lap we go, going to that triangle line. You can go for both. You can either go for the triangle line or you can wiggle on that dirt beforehand, because you cannot wiggle. It's like you have so many lines. This map is awesome, and building something like that.
Oh no! That was Papu!
A mod check, Papu?
Clipping! Yeah, he clipped with his back with the plastic part.
What happened?
Flew out. He was first.
L, yeah, I was seeing it. And also Binks here with a different line. Binks with a superior line. Look at that. He is leading. Pack is behind, but his identity doesn't look as good as Binks one. Binks also with a great step here, but he didn't really get himself the points. You remember on the second map, Hans, on the map that we have seen as the second one, of course, there was the multiplayer map from step number 1. We had what was the pole party?
Pole party, yeah.
Pole party,
and he was at first, and then he unfortunately crashed into one of the poles there and lost all his lead. But so far, again, Binks with a very good performance, just as you said in pole party. So let's see if he can keep it together. This time, Pack clipping the wall here.
damn.
So he will lose some positions to Gwen, Spam, and Tween. Also, Tween, a player we have not seen that much of yet. But maybe it's his map to shine here. Let's see again, Pack with the outside line on the dirt, trying to carry a lot of speed. But Carl with the inside line also overtaking Pack. Now the water retires part. Pack and Carl Jr. both with the counter steer into no slide line. We saw Muda, for example, with the complete no slide. Now the different lines. All of them going for the braking into early turn. We saw, for example, Mime's line or also Bing's line. You can go very wide and drift into that first water section to carry on a lot of speed. And Bing so far so good. Still finding himself first place with 1 second ahead of his contenders.
I hope that Binks will hold this together now, because he was looking so strong on all of the maps actually, or like on the majority of the maps, and now he is only there with 5 points, being dead last, the only player with 1-digit amount of points. But also, of course, Pack here, 4th place, 39 points, looking good, getting airtime though, and Carl Jr., Muda, and Tween are overtaking him.
What a Pack!
Got a really good transition there though, but of course he lost a lot of time. So down to P7, and we have Aurel and Bren lurking in the shadow here. They are like 3 to 4 car lengths behind, but nothing is over. Bren going so close there to the wall. Almost touching it there, but he is still alive, gathering so much speed. But of course we still have 2 more laps to go after this one, and there's still the identity left. I would actually also go for the Neo slide here that you can do, like Binks is gonna do. Even though it's more riskier, but it just feels more natural for me to go for that, just to go under the water here. Pretty awkward line, especially when you drift after that. Like, it feels weird. But right now it is Pack still on P number 6, and we see one player falling a bit behind here. I think it was Bren, but positions are changing quite drastically here, and it is still Binks leading the race.
Yeah, if you also take a look at like the top 8 in general, we see it is still very close for the whole top 8, like not even 2 seconds between all these players. And yeah, Pack with the side landing here at the dirt transition out of the water, but it's still not out. Bren right behind him though. I mean, it's still anyone's race to lose or to win here at this point, because the ending is very, very, very tricky to do. We see Bing still keeping his lead, half a second down to Spam. Pack holding on to his 8th position. And then we see a gap down to Papu, 2.5 seconds almost. So it's really up to like one player getting the 9th place here. Pack not with the best line. Bren overtaking him with the no drift line. So I don't know if the no drift line is actually faster than the slide.
It looks faster.
I think, it definitely depends on, I think, how you get it. But no slide might be faster. But yeah, now the water part, everyone basically doing it kind of safe. We don't see any like super risky strat. Binks though, extending his lead by over half a second again. And Spam from 2nd to 4th. So Bing's doing a great job as we enter the last round here.
Yeah, last round again, a mistake here by firstly it was Aurel, and now we see Gwen also dropping down to P number 8. So that is not good for them here, as Pack now up to place number 5, but of course with his rather conservative ending approach, it is not looking too well for Pack to have a saying here for the battle for 2nd place, as it is Carl Jr. getting a bit more airtime, so Pack is coming closer. Yeah, will Pack overtake Carl Jr. here? Solary versus MnM. And he gets a really good line there as well. Look at the speed from Pack. We have one more identity to go. Binks is leading, but his lead is melting away. Muda with a great line. Pack with a bit of an overslide though. Didn't get as much speed as the others, and it is still him in the top 5. There's one more identity. Binks! Bonk into the wall. Who's gonna win this map though? It is Muda who is right now in the mix, and also Spam this time winning in 1st place. Muda on 2nd. Carl Jr. Then we have Pack, but Binks. What a disastrous step for Binks. Oh no.
I'm feeling it's so hard for Binks again, being on 1st at first of the majority of the race, and then just not being able to close it out at the last identity. He is not hitting the line the way he wants to, being a little bit too fast and then face planting, just like Mime did in the Challenger League here. Oh, that is so heartbreaking to see for Binks, man. He did so well on this map.
Yeah, and Binks now, like, for what is he playing? To deny points, so he should maybe just go for the ×4 or ×5, just for the sake to deny points towards the other players. Yeah, because that is the only reason why he should multiply 8 points or something like that now. And Binks Very sad. So the biggest loser of today already. 8 points. Not being in the top 8 a single time today, even though he was so fast. But
Yeah,
now
it's
we have
heartbreaking.
the last map coming up. We see Gwen still leading ahead of Bren, also with a great step. Then Afi, Granadi, Pack, Spam, Massa. So, you know, Pack, Spam, Massa, 5th, 6th, and 7th. I was betting that they get 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So they're in the top 8. So, not looking too bad. Of course, there was a bit of a weird bet. I wanted to put actually Bren into my top 3 bet today. But I decided to put in Spam because he could be good on this map. And we have the last map, Launchpad by Tona.
Yeah, and I think also Spam generally is a really good pick if you want to make
why is it
predictions as
poolside?
well.
Wait a second. Oh, there we go.
No worries.
There we have it. That was the wrong. Now we have Launchpad. But go ahead and talk.
No worries, man. I think Spam is generally a really good pick because he's just a very solid player, also over the years, very established, like very, very experienced, which helps just so much to not like get too nervous and to keep it together when it really matters. So I definitely feel your call, Kai, that you made regarding Spam also the top positions here, and I see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And yeah, the ending here, the ending, very crucial, and can also kill a lot of players. I mean, the Challenger League specifically, we saw sometimes players just hitting the ring checkpoints, and that can happen here as well. But generally, I really like this map. It feels really flowy, it feels really good, and the identity is also not too crazy. So this should get like more close than rather getting too many mistakes happen. For example, like we saw in at the Vertigo map.
Yeah, exactly. I think Vertigo is the worst map that we have seen from my side, of course. It is very it's very unique though, so that's why it's good. But in general, the last 2 maps that we have, including this one, the maps are great. This one is a great map. So how this is working now, we have 8 rounds that will be played in 2 laps. Yeah, and in those 8 rounds, players can multiply their points. In the first 4 rounds times 2, 5th and 6th round times 3, 7th round times 4, and last round times 5. If you don't get a multiplier, you will not multiply them, you will just stay on your score. And Pack is still in need of a multiplier. He still has not gotten himself a multiplier round. So let's take a look who's gonna get that first times 2 as we have 2 laps. We have Gwen right now batting it out with Muda. So right now...
Who DNF? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Already dead.
It is normal that people DNF. So it's also like you should just focus on the top 5 here. But also, of course, on Gwen's identity. Jesus Christ, that was very nice. Oh my god, Gwen going so close to the wall there. Holy moly. That was very nice. Also, world record on this map is a 209.24 by Scrappy, set 2 hours ago. So Scrappy seems to be ready on this one. But of course, you don't know what the players have done offline. But let's go into the last lap. We have a great fight here for that first ×2 multiplier.
Yeah, really unfortunate here for Pack. He made a small mistake at the last identity here and falling down to 12th place currently. So also Spam with the DNF, maybe trying to get a higher multiplier here. So Gwen at first, what do you think? Is Gwen gonna take the ×2 or is he one of those people who are going for the higher multipliers, Kai?
So Gwen for me is a glass cannon. He seems very practiced today. He had a really strong step. Not sure how much he has practiced this one, but I see him not taking it. I see a player like Afi behind him taking it because Afi has a lot of points already and Gwen needs some more points. Maybe he's gonna do that, I don't know, but he actually DNFs. Okay.
DNFs, yeah.
Yeah, Afi takes it, so my call was correct there. Gwen does not go for it, and his aspiration is to at least get a ×3. I was seeing it coming, but still a great round from Gwen. It was, I think, wait, what was the winning time? A 209? Point something. So Gwen was also on a very strong time, and Afi takes it. And with that, we have a new leader of the Trackmania Grand League right now. It is Afi. Again, with a great performance, up to 612 points. Very nice. Cool to see Afi's performance, also him establishing. Also, like, no one was really having him on the radar, and then all of a sudden he played against Pack, Calgenia, and Kappa in the Trackmania World Cup final. Maybe you remember that. Afi, like, really good player. Really, really good player. Nice to see him performing and playing safe.
Yeah, he really stepped it up the last year specifically. Since he was a dirt player, I got to know him in... Oh, and Pack sliding out. That is super unfortunate here. But yeah, I got to know Afi as a dirt player in Team MnM really strong already, and now establishing himself, just as you said, in the Grand League here amongst the best players. Kappa clipping the plastic part, losing a lot of positions here. So Massa is going up to first place, followed by Bings. Let's see if Bings can make something up. I don't know what Bings should try to do here, to be completely honest. I mean, he could try to get ×5 multiplayer, but on the other hand, I mean, it's super risky and it would only kind of give him 40 points, so maybe take the 2x multiplier if he can get it, if he has the chance to. I don't know what would the right call here be, Kai?
Well, yeah.
Or Bings.
What are 8 points though? What are 8 points?
Exactly.
What are 16 points? Like, okay, it's okay, but that's still a bad step. Gwen has made a mistake. Gwen just
Gwen
is just
went
chilling.
out. Yeah, he's
Actually,
chilling.
now we have that interesting situation. Massa, of course. Massa should also go for that one, but we have Bings. Can also be the person either denying multipliers to other players. Yeah. That is, of course, the main goal for you, but also he wants to get good points because 40 points is still an okay step, you know?
Yeah. Definitely. But the question is it worth like the risk for him? So I'm very curious to see what he is deciding to do here.
Because
last jump.
Because now Bings can actually just deny Massa the points, and he will probably just do...
No, he's not doing it.
Okay, he's not doing it. He was not steering.
Not doing it, yeah.
He was not steering, so Massa gets it. He is up to 94 points with that. Also a good step for Massa. I mean, I would say below average, but still nice because you go up to second place with that. Also in the ranking and in the total scoreboard, as you can see, 94 points. And then we also have Massa overtaking Granadi, 590 points. So okay step for Massa as well, 94 points for him. I would have also gone for that. And let's go into the next round.
Definitely.
Let's go into the next round here as we have... Let's actually go with a Pack here in this one and take a look how he will do this one as we have this... How did you call it actually? Call it like...
the sausage
yeah, the sausage.
There. Yeah, the sausage grass part there, basically. But yeah, Pack again, finding himself in like the top spots. Let's see if he can keep it together this time. This is where we saw him make a mistake last round. Now getting through the ice section pretty well. Again, we have Gwen at first. He's really... He's playing so well right now. The last maps as well. I mean, unlucky mistakes can happen, as we saw on Vertigo for Gwen, because he also was pushing the limits there. But again, finding himself at first right here and right now, still a very... Ooh, what a line from Gwen. Holy macaroni here. But Pack in very close pursuit here. Oh, going very close through the ring checkpoint. And Gwen bonking. I don't think he minds too much because it's still 2x multiplier here. But Pack also with a wonky line and clipping the platform part, losing his speed and gets overtaken by a lot of players here. So it's again not looking too good for Pack here.
Yeah, Pack not looking good indeed. We have Worker now in the lead. And also Worker has gotten himself a I think a ×3 last week. And he is up to, 137 points. So I'm not sure if he should go for that or not. Kappa spam as well, maybe Muda. But, you know, ×2 is not the way you want. You want ×3, you want ×4. Spam has made a mistake here. Kappa is leading the race here, the McLaren Shadow player. He can make 25 to 50. Also like, you know, it's okay. Not sure if he goes for that or not. Of course, then you redeem yourself because you can, as you said, have the risk that a player like Gwen or anyone else getting an insane round because Gwen just looks absolutely cracked on this one. As Kappa and Worker are leading. Worker with a mistake. What is Kappa doing? Kappa is actually finishing. Okay, Kappa takes the multiplier here and makes 24 to 48. But yeah, look at the ranking. Look at this. This is nothing. It's nothing.
It's decent, but yeah.
It's,
I don't know, keine Schadensreduzierung, I guess. I mean, he was in 15th in the total standings as well, so maybe he's just like, I'll just take the multiplier better than like nothing at all. Maybe he doesn't want to risk it. Maybe he's not feeling too confident on this map as well, so maybe he's just saying, I'll just take it and better than not having a multiplier at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe not the worst decision here. I mean, 48, as you said already correctly, it's not what you want here after getting the multiplier specifically. But Yeah, we'll just go into the next round here. The last 2 times multiplier, right?
Yeah, it's the last 2 times multiplier, but also maybe Kappa now has different aspirations where he's playing for, because of course the bottom 4 will play in the head-to-head against each other. So maybe he just goes for top 12 and then every point matters. So that's also a good opportunity. Maybe he's not playing for the playoffs, as Aurelus leading the round. 39 points, also should close it out here. The gaming privé player, that's how you pronounce it. I was learning that at some point. And he, of course, won step 1, but after that, nothing really has happened. Granadi with a very direct approach. Interesting to see, not steering too much with the reactor boost attached. Aurel with a mistake, so he is out. Granadi holding the gear here, but for what cost? Going very wide there. Binks with good amount of speed, then Scrappy in the lead. The Ogres player should also close it out here if he wants a multiplier, but also Binks can, of course, do some Schadensreduzierung, as you said.
Yeah, definitely. That is now the question for Binks. Would he take it, or would he really pick the DNF as the other option? I don't know. I personally might think maybe the DNF for a higher multiplier would be more valuable, because as you said correct, I mean 8 or 16 points, maybe risk it to get the 40, right? I don't know. That's a very tough thing to call here. So let's see if he will actually go for it, or try to go for it at least, because Granadi and Scrappy are giving him a run for his money right now. All 3 right into each other here. Let's see who's getting the best ending, and if we see some DNFs or mistakes. Binks at first jumping high into the... Ooh. Oh, we saw Granadi with the risky line. Scrappy barely making it. And Binks, we saw that, missing the finish on purpose. So Binks didn't want that. Didn't want that. He wants the multiplier.
What was the ending from Scrappy? He didn't go through the other reactor ring. Interesting.
Yep.
And Scrappy with another multiplier.
Yeah, that is the world record strat. When I played the match before the first casting, I watched Scrappy do that. Yep, he did that also as the world record strat, skipping the last reactor booster, directly flying into the checkpoint.
Interesting. Nice line there from Scrappy, and deserved multiplier. 70 points. Good step. Okay step for someone who's already in the top 8. I would say. So now the first round with finalist level 3. So again, I'm going to explain that to you, to Ed and Johnny. We have 8 rounds that are played in 2 laps. So you can see this is round number 5 on the last map, and players now have the chance to multiply. If you multiply your points, you are not able to play the other rounds, and of course the last or the next or the later it goes into the rounds, the more multipliers on the line. The last round has the most multipliers, so it's like risking it, like in poker. When will you go out? When will you go all in and just say, okay, I'm gonna get it now? Because there are 9 players left on that last round, and 9 players will fight it out for the finalist level 5, and then of course the ×5 multiplier. So that's how it works. It's not that hard to understand, as actually Muda is right now leading. Papu, Aurel, Carl Jr. behind, and Pack. Yeah, DNFing as well, not getting himself that multiplier here. Binks practicing, but Muda looks to get a very good step here as well.
Yeah, definitely. Taking that 3 times multiplier with 46 points, that puts him up to 138. Yes, that will put him to 138 points in total. That is really, really decent, I'd say. And I think he would definitely take that. I also think he should not risk more multiplier, in my opinion, personally. I think if you have like 50 points and can take like a 0.3 multiplier, that is really, really good. And let's see if he will actually go for that, because he has like almost a second advantage to Papu, who also crashes now. So Muda now forever alone in first position. So let's go with Muda here and see if he can pull the ending together here properly. Of course, Muda also really, really good player in the all-style category, and that looks like a really good jump, clean landing, and he is going for it, and he takes a 3 times multiplier. Very good stuff from Muda. 2 minutes 10 seconds 1900, so they're also like driving really fast here.
Yeah, good time from Muda, and with that he goes up actually to that 6th position, overtaking Bren and Carl Jr. So Carl Jr. right now on P8, overtaking Papu without getting a multiplier, but now finalist level 3 comes up. So the last one with ×3. My explanation was a bit bad, because it's also very confusing. But it just, like, the later it goes, the more multiplayers on the line, and you just have to go out at some point. It's not that hard to understand. If you get a multiplier, you're not allowed to play the other rounds, and you multiply the points from the previous maps. Papu now with a good start, but let's focus on Pack. Can Pack redeem himself and get a multiplier? 58 points is a little on the line. I think Gwen will go for a ×4, ×5. He looks super strong on this map, and look how far ahead he is. Already 0.5 ahead of
insane
of him.
What? Huh?
Okay,
what happened?
He did.
Wait. Oh, he did. Yeah. But damn, he is so fast. Like specifically on this map right now. Like, I mean, the run is like 30 seconds long, and he's already ahead by half a second, even though we're just starting the round basically. So, yeah, I think he's also pretty confident that he can get a good multiplier here. I'm very curious to see if he can pull it off. Tween with a ramp trick and basically dead here as well, flipping it. So it's up to Bren and Pack into the last lap here of the race for the 3x multiplier. Pack and Bren both with a high score right now. So 3 times multiplier would put them up to a lot of points here. More for Bren than for Pack, obviously, but still, it would be great for both of them. Pack 0.2 behind, around 0.2 behind Bren. We also saw Aurel lurking in the shadows, just waiting for the small attack here. And let's see if who gets the better exit. Pack not with the best ice turn again. Maybe not feeling super confident on the ice, but it's only 2 turns, so nothing too super close around the corner there. He almost crashed into it. And Bren still 0.1 ahead of Aurel and Pack. We're battling out for first place, going very wide here, carrying a lot of speed through the donut on the plastic. Not the best exit line though. Let's see what will happen here at the finish. Oh, Bren not with the best line here. Pack coming closer, overtaking Aurel, overtaking him here. Pack with an inside line here, but who will get it the best? It will be Pack. He gets it. What a round, Kai! What did we just witness?
Was that ending? Holy moly!
God!
What?
Jesus Christ! What an ending that was, man!
Dude, I was just swapping around the cameras, doing the best, tried to do the best camera work, and was like, this, Pack with a better zoom, getting his first multiplier, and with that Pack, 174 points. Finally, after 4 steps, Pack with the multiplier up to P number 7. But of course, now finalist level 4 is coming into play. We have Tween, Binks, and also Granadi who are fighting it out here, who were in the top 3 just in the checkpoints, but this can of course change very quick. So great to see that, and what a round that was. Very, very good round there, and man, I was just sitting here being like, oh my god, what is happening? Just listening to your commentary. That was, my god, what a round. Granadi sliding out, not getting it here, so maybe it is the first step where Granadi is not getting a multiplier, but of course there is still the ×5 round that comes into play. And now Binks should actually get himself that ×4 or ×5. Now is the time to shine for Binks to make some damage, as we see Papu also fighting it out here. Carl Jr. is nowhere close here. 46 points for him on the line, and different line from Binks here, making it Binks Airlines, but not reaching the destination, which is the multi-lap. So he is out here. We have Bren and Papu leading here, but Bren with a mistake, and he is out. So Carl Jr., 46 points ×4 would be huge, but also Papu could really make that a good step here for him.
Yeah.
As it is Carl Jr. right now, not too far behind. Aurel also, all of a sudden, where is he coming from?
Yeah.
That is a crazy line here from Aurel, but also Papu is still leading the race. ×4. Also Granadi not too far behind, even though it looked very bad, but interesting line there, not going for a opening of his ice light. So he is losing a lot of speed, but still Papu versus Aurel, who's gonna get that ×4 multiplier. That will be all decided in the ending. Aurel had a really good section with wiggle parts on this one. Look at that, left, right, left, right. Only
Great
for that one,
slides.
actually. Good speed slides there, yeah. So you don't want to go for the left-right strategy. Only hold your angle as Papu leads the round here, but Aurel is pushing it.
My God.
Papu with a mistake, and Aurel will take it. So close again.
Are you joking, Kai? What are we witnessing here?
Look
at these endings, man.
This map is top-notch.
Holy macaroni, man. My heart, like a roller coaster of emotions, to say the least here. So, yeah, getting the 4 times multiplier here. Aurel, that was really good for him, still getting 156 points out of it. And now it's getting really scary. We had Bings and Gwen both still in. And both of them went for the DNF the last rounds. So they both obviously want to try to get that 5 times multiplier, which would be very, very juicy. But not as juicy as juicy for Bings as it would be for Gwen here. 68 points. If he would get the ×5 multiplier here, he would gain 340 points, and he's finding himself at first place right now. Closely followed by Granadi and Papu here. Oh, Papu falling a little bit behind here. Granadi is the only one really close to Gwen right now. Gwen, who we saw many times on the other maps as well, even though he couldn't close it out all the time. But super strong first lap, not even over. He's already 0.3 ahead of second place. Oh, and we see Papu popping up here. Granadi with a huge release part.
Wow.
With the section, we see Papu going. Oh, that was so close here as well. Last lap. I don't know what to say anymore. Gwen with the wall ride strat here. Papu with and Granadi with the inside line, Kai. What is happening?
What was that line from Gwen on that wall ride?
Yeah.
Have you seen that, guys? That was a great line from Gwen. I thought he DNF'd there or just tilted, but he went for that line to get himself the grip, and Gwen is leading the race. Also, Granadi had a really good ending section there, but now it could be Gwen going up to 340 points. Papu 145 points and Granadi up to 305 points, but Gwen is so far ahead. Look at that, 1 second ahead of Granadi. It's Gwen's race to lose, and he is in dire need of those points. Gwen can redeem himself as one of the greatest of all time. He has practiced this step. You know, Ari was saying, who is Gwen? Like, where is he? What is he doing? And now he's on the roll here. Only one more identity, and this looks to be a Gwen victory and an awesome time by Gwen. What a performance. A 209.45. Are you actually kidding me, Gwen?
Insane.
What are you doing? This is a 0.2 away from the world record from Scrappy with the risky way. Gwen, this is well deserved. What a step, man.
340 points. That is quite something, man. Holy shit. What have we just witnessed here? That is insane. Very well deserved by Gwen here. Like, he was also just faster than anyone else here. Specifically on this last map, like, no one saw a light against Gwen. And look at the total standings right now. Gwen up to 6th, gaining 340 points, man. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Bren dropping down.
Words.
Carl Jr., Papu, Bings. We have like so many players promoting into the top 8 and so many going down. Worker dropping a place. Spam as well being P13 at the moment. So this is the danger zone for Spam. And Peg, of course, getting a multiplier. I mean, not ×4 or ×5, but Gwen, I think today he has shown that he is one of the best players of all time. Yeah, he has failed, of course, on this one map where he didn't get himself that first position on map number 3 it was. But even like that, Gwen played absolutely incredible. So great performance. Pack on 2nd place though, so also going up to 8th place. So right now in the green, and also good amount of points, being that is also important. Almost 200 points ahead of Spam, who is P13, and that is the quote-unquote danger zone. So yeah, what a step. Yeah. Interesting step.
Yeah, definitely. Big shout out here, by the way, to Bings. I feel really bad for our boy Bings here, who had it like on the verge here, but he wasn't able to just close it out by doing like small mistakes in the end, in the last lap or last turn, specifically that water map. Your favorite one, like that was so heartbreaking to see, but super exciting. Like I'm lost of words basically by the performance from all these players, man. This is insane.
Yeah, so how was your first work day as a caster, Hans? how did you like it? And how did Chad like it?
I think Chad enjoyed it. I hope so, at least. At least I only got good feedback. But super entertaining. I think my voice will be pretty scratched. But apart from that, like, I had tons of fun. And this is pretty insane, so hopefully next week again, man.
Yeah, I think so. And also thank you guys so much for watching. I just checked the view count for the first time. 300 beautiful people. Thank you so much. So we're gonna do that next week again. And yeah, I'm really tired today. I just didn't sleep so much. Also, my voice, I tried to preserve it as much as possible. So I'm great that a hype person like you is coming into play. Next week, I will be a bit more energized again, but I have to take a break. I will go to sleep now, actually.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun with you, man. And yeah, get a good rest. And thanks everyone for the support. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being hyped with us. Had a really good time here. So have a wonderful evening and remaining weekend, everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for joining. I will just end it here. I will see you on my stream, or you will see Hans on his stream. I think you're streaming every Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday now?
Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, the normal stream times, and then weekends for the tournaments like today. So next Sunday again. Yeah,
very cool. Nice to see your participation. And will you stream today as well or not? Maybe you're gonna do an after party.
I'm dead. my throat is really freaking sore.
Yeah, so I can imagine that. So guys, make sure to check out racehans and also my Twitch channel if you want to see more. And we're gonna see you guys next week for another cast of the Trackmania Grand League. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.